This video is on comparing fractions. So when we're going to compare fractions today, we're going to use these two symbols. Okay, the first one is greater than. And the second one is less than. Okay, so just like you read words left to right, look at your symbol from left to right. So if you look at the first one from the left side, you're looking at the open side. Some people think of it as an open mouth or an alligator. So the open side is the greater than side, because it's the big, open, larger side. The less than side, when you look at it from left to right, is a small little point. It's less than. So we're going to use those two symbols to compare some fractions. So the first fractions, we have 4/7 compared to 2/5. You could change your fractions to decimals to figure out how they compare to each other, but we're going to create common denominators. Okay, one of the ways is to just multiply the denominators together. So that's what I'm going to do on the first one. So we have 7 and 5. So I'm just going to do 7 times 5 is equal to 35. That means I need to change these both into 35ths so I can compare them. We multiplied 7 times 5 to get 35, meaning I also need to multiply the numerator times 5. 4 times 5 is 20. So that means 4/7 and 20/35 are the same thing. Right? We multiplied this denominator of 5 by 7 to make it 35. So you also have to multiply the top times 7. 2 times 7 is 14. So now we can compare them. Well, 20/35 is definitely bigger than 14/35. So that means 4/7 is greater than 2/5. Okay, so on this next one, I could multiply 20 times 15. Well, that's a pretty big number. Or I could look at the common factors or their common multiples. Look at the least common multiples. So multiples are 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Multiples of 15, 30, 45, 60. Okay, so both of them had a multiple of 60. So I know the least common multiple is 60. Okay, we multiply 20 times 3 to get 60, meaning I also have to multiply 9 times 3. 9 times 3 gives me 27. Over here we multiply 15 times 4 in order to get 60. So I also have to multiply 7 times 4, which gives me 28. 28/60 is bigger than 27/60. I know that 7/15 is larger, so 9/20 is less than 7/15. Okay, so here are a few problems for you to go ahead and try. Try them out, pause the video here, and come on back for the answers when you're done. All right, so the first one, we have 9 and 17. Because I don't believe there's a least common multiple that's smaller than multiplying them together, I'm just going to multiply 9 times 17, and you can just do that to the side. 17 times 9. So we have 9 times 7, 63. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 6 is 15, so 153. So I know that my common denominator is 153. You multiplied 9 times 17 to get 153. So 2 times 17 is 34. We multiplied 17 times 9 to get 153. So 4 times 9 is 36. And I know 36 1/53 is larger than 34 1/53. So that means that 2/9 is less than 4/17. All right. Over here, the common denominator, the smallest one we're going to get is by multiplying our denominators together again. So we have 5 times 8 to get the common denominator, which is 40. Okay, so I know I'm going to put them both over 40. We multiply 5 times 8 to get 40, so you also need to multiply 4 times 8. Okay, so on this one, 4 times 8 is 32. We multiplied 8 times 5 to get 40, so we also have to multiply 7 times 5. So 7 times 5 gives us 35. Okay, so some people think of it as the alligator eats the larger one, or we know that 32 40ths is less than 35 40ths. So 4/5 is less than 7/8. All right, last two. Multiply 11 times 15. I'm just going to do 15 times 11 over here. We have 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 1 is 1. Bring down the 0. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 1 is 1. Add them together. 5 plus 0 is 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. And bring down the 1. So 165 is our common denominator. So 165. We multiplied 11 times 15, meaning we also have to multiply 3 times 15. 3 times 15 is 45. We multiplied 15 times 11 to get 165, so we also have to multiply 4 times 11. 4 times 11 is 44. I can see that 45 1/65 is larger than or greater than 44 1/65. All right, last one. Okay, we have 13 and 7. Well, again, the common denominator is going to be multiplying 13 times 7. Okay, so 7 times 3, 21. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 2 is 9, so our common denominator is 91. All right, we multiplied 13 times 7 to get 91, so we also have to multiply 2 times 7, which is 14. We multiplied 7 times 13 to get 91 over here. So we also have to multiply 1 times 13, which is 13. So we can see that 14 91st is greater than 13 91st. So 2/13 is greater than 1/7. Hopefully you understood how to compare fractions using greater than or less than.